Good afternoon. I'm your host, Kevin Edwards, here in the studios of WEHC, and today I have just Chuck. Take it away, Chuck.
Thanks. I'm going to play a couple songs for you. This one here is by Justin Towns Earl, who was Steve Earle's son, who resided in Johnson City for a good while. Sunday morning, frying chicken, watching baby working in the kitchen. I was up late last night, so a little slow. I ain't waiting on nobody, I just got nowhere to go. Well, I could use a haircut, I could take a shave, stand to hear my baby call me by my name. Well, put on the country station on the radio. I ain't waiting on nobody, I just love so. I've been working, I've been gone a couple weeks. So the only thing that matters to me right now is keeping that woman right here in my reach. Got a pocket full of money, shopping I wanna do. Sights set on a pair of white buck shoes, but another day won't mean a thing. I ain't waiting on nobody, ain't nobody waiting on me. I ain't waiting on nobody, ain't nobody waiting on me. Yeah, so Kevin had to move my mic around. Maybe I should hold my head still.
Oh, you're okay.
This one here is by Tyler Childers, and it's got one of my favorite lines. You remind me of a Sunday back home in old Kentucky, with the church choirs just belting to the pines. And I love you like the mountains, love the way your morning opens to a soft and bright greeting from the sun. So if it make you stay, I wouldn't act so angry all the time. I wouldn't keep it all inside, and I'd let you know how much I loved you every day. So darling, will you stay right here and shake this frost off of my bones? Well, I used to ride a Mustang, and I'd run that thing on high hopes till they raised the price of dreams so I couldn't pay. I let that car just sit there, and I should've took you driving, the windows down, music played. So if it make you stay, I wouldn't act so angry all the time. I wouldn't keep it all inside, and I'd let you know how much I loved you every day. So darling, will you stay right here and shake this frost off of my bones?
Sounds good, Chuck.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you for coming out today.
I'm glad to be here, Kevin. I like what you do, and just glad to help out.
Well, great. Thank you. And you're from a Mountain City area.
Well, it's where we live now. We moved to the area. It's 11 years now. Yeah, but we've been in the Mountain City area for 10 years. Bought a little farm on the side of Doe Mountain there,
and moved here because we love it.
And where'd you move from?
At the time, we were living in Western Kentucky.
Okay.
Both my wife and I have been kind of gypsies our whole lives. I was born in North Dakota. We moved to South America. I grew up mostly in Michigan. Out of college, I moved to Georgia, then Kentucky. So, yeah,
You've been around, haven't you?
Bounced around a good bit.
Well, that's a good thing. Get to travel and see different places and different people. And
Yeah, we've enjoyed that. And the thing is that now that we're getting up in years a little bit, we'd like to be here. Where some people want to retire and travel, we want to just stay right where we are. We chose to come here.
Well, it's a good area, a nice area.
Oh, we love it. We love it.
Kind of slow pace and just the way I like it,
Absolutely.
So, how long have you been playing music?
Oh boy, if I told you that, it's been quite a long time, since I was 18.
Wow.
And I've been playing guitar since I was 18. There's a few years off in there for bad behavior, where life got in the way and you set the guitar down for a while. But especially the last 10 years, it's been very steady. And college age and into my young adult, played in bands and out and about doing things. So 40 years.
40 years.
You think I'd be better by now, if I...
Oh, you're great. I think you're great. So,
Heck.
I've had a lot of people comment on when I posted that you're going to be on here. Oh, he's going to be great. You need to tune in. And everybody making comments and stuff. So
I appreciate that.
I'm really thankful to have you on. And
yeah, I'm glad that folks are listening. Playing for people is why I do it. Sitting in a corner doing it, playing by myself is okay, and it's a good way to learn. You need to work it, but sharing it with people, that's where it pays off.
All right, got more tunes for us?
Yeah, I do. This one's by a guy none of y'all know, named Ken Nunn. He played it at a guitar camp I went to, and I said, man, I have to start playing that song because I feel it. It's written from a Western perspective, but it makes sense. In the hours before the nighttime, I can hear the mountains call like they do now every year between the winter and the fall. It's a cry of desperation. The winter time is near. It's a bugle of an elk in the cold evening air. I hear them calling. I hear them calling. Hear them calling, calling out to me. I hear them calling. I hear them calling. I hear them calling, calling out to me. On the hills the leaves are changing. Baby calves will soon be weaned. The horses started herring up and the gardens are all gleaned. Afternoons they heat like 80s. Mornings freeze like rotten coals. Chores not done with hurried haste. Await for 6 long months. I hear them calling. I hear them calling. I hear them calling, calling out to me. I hear them calling. I hear them calling. I hear them calling, calling out to me. I don't mind the leaves changing, for I feel the time is near, for the horse tanks to freeze over and the geese to disappear. I've been battered by the north winds and it's changed my winter's course. I'm happy treading cattle through the mountains on my horse. I hear them calling. I hear them calling. Hear them calling, calling out to me. I hear them calling. Hear them calling. Hear them calling, calling out to me. In the hours before the nighttime, I can hear the mountains call like they do now every year between the winter and the fall.
That is a good tune.
Yeah,
I like
it's
that.
just a great song, and I feel it. I heard the mountains call, and I'm here now. So yeah, I definitely feel that.
That's great.
Yeah. So this one's also done by someone you've never heard of, me. yesterday's clothes are rusting away, rusting away. Faded pictures and dusty frames, well, they look familiar, can't remember names, forgotten. It used to be me and you. Life's come down to this empty room, it's all fading fast, can't escape the gloom, forgotten. I used to be shiny and new. Old folks in rest homes, tossed aside like yesterday's clothes, rusting away, rusted away.
Very nice.
Thank you. This one really needs a dobro solo in the middle of it, but that's hard to pull off by myself.
Well, why not? You can't play guitar and dobro at the same time?
Not guitar and dobro at the same time. You know, I can fill in a few little things, but it's a little tough.
Is that an original tune?
It is. That's one I wrote.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
And you call yourself Just Chuck.
Yeah, I call myself Just Chuck.
And how did you come up with Just Chuck?
There are a couple of reasons for that. One is my last name is kind of hard for people to pronounce and kind of hard for people to spell. And it's Scarsoni. And
Scarsoni, okay.
It sounds just like it's spelled. My dad was Norwegian, and so it's people ask if it's Italian, and I say, yeah, really far northern Italian. And so, you know, just for ease, I've done Just Chuck. Plus, especially the last 10 years, where I used to play in bands. Playing in bands can be just a headache, you know, trying to manage everybody's schedule and get everything together and manage all the personalities. And I started playing way more stuff solo, and so Just Chuck, because it's just me, and just the guitar, you know.
And with the band, you got to worry about everyone else's schedule, what they're doing.
Exactly. It's hard to get it all together.
It is.
It's really a hard time.
Because, especially nowadays, because most musicians have full-time jobs.
You have to. You have a full-time job, and then you got 3 or 4 part-time jobs, because if you can't make it just playing music.
You can't.
You got to play music, teach music, maybe, you know, sub in some other bands. You know, you're doing a bunch of different things, and that's a hard road to go, for sure. I realized at an early age that I was not going to be a professional musician and pursued a career outside of music, and I do it for fun and a very small profit. You know, all the money I make goes to pay for gear, anyways.
Well, at least it's fun, right?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely do. So,
have you recorded any albums out?
No, I haven't actually. And people ask that, and I've written very few songs. The problem is there's so many amazing songwriters in the world.
There is.
Who am I to think that I can compete with Guy Clark, John Prine, Townes Van Zandt? You know, some of my favorites like that. It feels a little, I don't know, like, who am I fooling doing that? But you know, sometimes you come up with some stuff that's like that last song, or there's a line there. I need to write that down. I'm gonna make a song out of that. And I haven't accumulated enough to do an album, though. With my current bluegrass project, we've talked about doing one, so we're probably going to try and focus a little more on some originals, so we have that to offer.
Well, great. Hey, got some more tunes for us?
I do. So it's summertime.
It is summertime out there, isn't it?
And by goodness, today it is for sure. Next week I think it's going to be even hotter. And I'm a big fan of farmers markets and homegrown produce. And I play a lot of farmers markets when I get the chance. Both the one in Johnson County and one in Elizabeth, and at least once a month. So this time of year, I like those homegrown tomatoes.
ripe ones don't get a hard one. Plant them in the springtime, eat them in the summer. All winter without a visit, culinary bummer. Forget all about the sweating and the digging every time I go out. Pick me a big homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. Would life be without homegrown tomatoes? The only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes, all right. That's right. Well, you can go out and eat 'em for sure. Nothing a homegrown tomato won't cure. Put 'em in a salad, put 'em in a stew. You can make your own tomato juice. Eat 'em with eggs, eat 'em with gravy, eat 'em with beans, pinto and navy. Put 'em on the side or put 'em in the middle. Got your homegrown tomatoes on a hot cake griddle. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. Would life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love, homegrown tomatoes, Well, that's right. Oh, yeah. Well, if I could change this life I lead, you could call me Johnny Tomato Seed. I know what the country needs. It's homegrown tomatoes in every yard you see. When I die, don't you bury me in a cold, dark cemetery. Well, out in the garden would be much better, where I could push up those homegrown tomatoes. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. Would life be without homegrown tomatoes? The only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes, Well, all right.
And that's a Guy Clark song. And speaking of, favorite songwriters of all time, he's definitely one of them. Another one of my favorite guys is a fella named Fred Eaglesmith. He's a Canadian fella, and he writes a lot of stuff. He writes about farming. We have a farm, and hard times about it and stuff that gets towards the bluegrass side. I really like his work. This one's called Some Roads.
I put my blanket over my shoulder, stoke the fire, check my gun again. Clouds are baying over this mountain. By the way they sound, they cut my trail again. There are some roads wish I'd traveled. There are some trains wish that I had rode. There are some bridges wish I'd burned them. There are some women wish I'd never known. Last night I slept in some old holler, mud area rolling by my side. When I had a fever, 'cause in the night I dreamt that I had died. There are some roads wish I'd traveled. There are some trains coming down off of this mountain. I'm gonna turn myself in today. She'll be crying by the scaffold when that hangman calls out my name. There are some roads wish I'd traveled. There are some trains wish I had rode. There are some bridges wish I'd burned them. There are some women wish I'd never known. There are some women wish I'd never known.
Very nice. I like that one.
Yeah, it's a strong song, you know.
It is a strong song.
Yeah, it tells a story, but it doesn't ever exactly say what happened.
Right.
But this fellow's on the run, and he's going back to face consequences, but it doesn't really talk. And there's a woman involved, so yeah, I like it where it kind of alludes to things instead of just putting them out there directly.
And now, who are your inspirations?
Oh, that fellow right there, Fred Eaglesmith, Guy Clark, John Prine. As far as
A lot of greats,
songwriting,
yeah.
yeah, you know, John Prine said so much. You know, he could write poetry in such common language, right? He would say so much with so few words, and you know, he had 3 chords and a capo. It wasn't fancy playing it was about. It was the words, and on the instrumental side, Doc Watson. You know, he. What else you got to say? He's
Fantastic.
yeah, just the guy, and he played all kinds of different music. You know, people think of him as a bluegrass. He was just an American guitarist. He played kind of some blues and some folk, and he ripped on some bluegrass songs for sure. But he'd play anything. He was so good, and yeah, and the stuff that he overcame to get there is amazing, right?
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
And you talked a little bit earlier about your bluegrass project.
Yes.
You have come. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so the Bluegrass Project is a band named Possum Stew.
Possum Stew. I saw that on Facebook a little bit, I think.
Yeah,
a post about them.
It's the joke is, you know, take what you got and throw it in the pot, right? And because we got some members with come from different backgrounds and different influences, but we all love bluegrass, and we love playing music for people. And we have some gigs coming up. We will be, this is a little far away for folks, but Newport, Tennessee, the 28th, which is next Saturday. On July 4th, we will be in Mountain City, Tennessee for the 4th of July parade thing, and noon to 2. July 5th, we'll be at Cove Ridge Marina.
Oh, nice.
So we've got gigs, and it's going well. We had a good long practice yesterday. One of the neat things about bluegrass is the vocal harmonies, and you know, singing by myself all the time, I don't get to do that, and it's really neat to sing with a couple other singers and find the lines that fit and make a nice sound.
Well, nice. You got one more song, a short song before a break?
A short song.
Maybe like a 6 minute or 5 minute song?
Oh yeah, they're all short. I don't think all my songs are short because I don't have those guitar solos in the middle of them.
All right.
You know. This is another Tyler Childers song. It's keeping with the roads theme. It's Harlan Road.
It's funny how she goes night. I need her more than ever. Been down in low cotton, as lonesome as can be. Think about her off the boys, even when I'm sober. Look over the love notes, the one she wrote to me. If she wants one night
And I heard that you play Santa Claus in the wintertime at Christmas.
Well, with this kind of beard, wouldn't you?
That's right.
You know, I mean, and it's all natural too. So, yeah, and I've lost some weight, but I can still fill out a Santa suit all right.
Yeah.
Do that around. I've done that a number of times, farmers markets or different things like that. And yeah, and it's really neat to see a kid that has, seen me play at the market, recognizes me, comes and speaks to me, and then when I put that Santa suit on, no, I'm Santa. And it's remarkable. Cracked me up. He was convinced, no, I was Santa Claus, and he wanted to tell me about what he had to have for Christmas.
Oh,
That's nice.
how nice. Are you still playing with Carrie and Rich, with some old friends?
I haven't for a while. I still keep in touch with them. We're playing at their festival. The band is going to play their festival this fall. That's Slagle Fest in September.
That's a good little festival.
Yeah, it is. And
I went there last year, and
we're doing the bluegrass, and that's where that Slagle's Pasture Fest originally was. And so they asked us to come play with them, do a set with them this year. Still in touch with them, but they've got another band together now, a couple other members.
they got a drummer now. And
A drummer and a bass player.
Yep.
That's working out well for them.
I did a festival back in October to raise money for Hurricane Helene, and they performed, and they came and did sound from a stage, one of the stages, and for the whole day, and they're just great people.
Yeah, they're both good folks. Yeah, kind of miss playing with them. Just we should probably do some fun gigs along the way somewhere.
Well, I think Carrie's listening today, and Carrie, if you're listening, hello.
Yeah, hi Carrie.
And got more tunes for us, Chuck?
Oh, do you think?
Oh, what I think.
And I'm not sure who wrote this song, but I know it from Doc Watson.
Well, you get a line, I get a pole, honey.
Since we were talking about bluegrass,
You get a line, I get a pole, babe. You get a line, I get a pole. We'll go down to that crawdad hole, honey. Baby mine. Sit on the bank till my feet got cold, honey. Sit on the bank till my feet got hen duck say to the drake, honey? What did the hen duck say to the drake, babe? You're supposed to say quack, Kevin. What did the hen duck say to the drake? Well, ain't no crawdads in that lake, honey, baby mine. You get a line, I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line, I'll get a pole, babe. You get a line, I'll get a pole. We'll go down on that crawdad hole, honey, baby mine. Well, I said, honey, baby mine. So, it's hard to pull off bluegrass on solo guitar.
Well, you did a great job at it.
I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. You know, we'll slow down for one here. And this is I love a sad, slow song. This is by a guy named Arlo McKinley. And he's a great, sad songwriter. Cigarette smoke would breathe, the Tennessee whiskey would drink. It reminds me of home. Girls at the bar are dancing, wild boys looking for romance, and whatever comes next. True hearts pass true tests, and all of these times it's the same old trick. It's who's doing what, who they're doing it with. Well, I don't need to know. Each night the music's playing, strange hearts look to come together again, and everybody's got the answers. Each night you always seem to know what is best for everyone else, and all of these times it's the same old tricks. It's who's doing what, who they're doing it with. Well, I don't need to know. And all of these times it's the same old trick. It's who's doing what, who they're doing it with. Well, I don't need to know.
That is a great tune.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we need to get the possum stew on here sometime.
We can do that. Yeah, we can arrange that for sure. We're a little scattered, but we can gather up the possums. We can do
Yeah.
it. We'll figure it out.
I'll get back in contact with you. We'll book them probably next spring, and
Yeah, be fine.
it'll be fun.
Be glad to do it.
I love having bluegrass in here.
And bluegrass is just fun.
It is fun.
You know, it's a fun music. Even people that aren't quote bluegrass fans like bluegrass music because it's just it's fun music and can have sad lyrics. But you know, it'll be something about somebody murdering somebody else and throwing them in the river. But the music is it's happy. You know,
It's happy.
happy music, sad lyrics sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun.
Just want to remind our listeners, I'll be back in here next Sunday with Chris Long. He'll be doing some bluesy country tunes for you. He was on here about a year ago, and he did a great set. And
Chris is a good guy.
he's a good guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And where can our listeners find you at?
The easiest place to find me is on Facebook, and it's Just Chuck Music page. And I'll share any gigs from the Just Chuck side or the Possum Stew side there. That's the best place to find it. And we also have Possum Stew has its own page. Just look up Possum Stew, and you'll find us on Facebook. Yeah, there may be stray YouTube videos of either of us, but we haven't really populated those channels too much yet. So Facebook's the best place.
Well, that's good. Good to hear that. And I know I always follow your page. And so when is the next Just Chuck show?
The next Just Chuck show, I do a monthly show at Mountain Cheers Grill House over in Neva, which is right outside of Mountain City. It's kind of across from the airport if you've ever been to the giant county of Johnson County. And that is 5:30 to 8:30 on a Thursday night. Oh, I'd have to look at my calendar, but I'll have that posted. It's
okay.
First or second Thursday in July.
All right.
Probably the second one because the 4th of July wouldn't be that week. It'd probably the second week of July. Randomly at the farmers markets, and then those get posted as well. The next one for sure is that Mountain Cheers. And that's a nice little place. It's a good place to go get a beer and a burger and listen to some music, and pretty fun little crowd.
I'll have to go check it out sometime.
It's not. You should.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get more tunes first?
Well, I reckon.
Yeah.
This one, everybody knows this song.
Well, south side of Chicago is the baddest part of town. If you go down there, you better beware of a cat named Leroy Brown. Well, Leroy, he mean trouble. You know, he stand about 6'4". On downtown ledge, call him Tree Top Lover, and the gentlemen call him Sir. 'Cause he bad, Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole dang town. Badder than no King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Now Leroy, he a gambling man. He like to wear his flashy clothes, like to wave his diamond ring up under everybody's nose. He got a custom Continental, got an Eldorado too, got a 32 gun in his pocket, son, got a razor in his shoe. And he bad, Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole dang town. Badder than no King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, Friday about a week ago, you know, Leroy's shooting dice at the edge of the bar side, a guy named Betty. That girl looked nice. Well, he cast his eyes upon her, and trouble soon began. Leroy learned a lot about messing with the wife of a jealous man. And he bad, Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole dang town. Badder than no King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, the two men took to fighting when they pulled him from the floor. Leroy looked like a jigsaw puzzle with a couple of pieces gone. Hey, bad, Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole dang town. Badder than no King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Badder than no King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog.
Jim Croce, I'm pretty sure, was the actual songwriter on that one.
I believe you're right on that one.
I mean, everybody knows the song.
Oh, yeah, I've heard it a million times.
I had to think about it for a minute to remember who actually did it. So we had a terrible natural disaster last fall, and everybody wrote songs about it. I happened to stumble over a song that was already written. It's by this, I forget the fellow's name. The famous version of it's by the Seldom Seen, a bluegrass band. It's called Muddy Waters.
baby, rivers rising. Muddy waters taking back the land. Old frame house can't take one more beating. Ain't no use to stay and make a stand. Morning light showed water in the valley. Daddy's grave just went below the line. Things to save, you just can't take them with you. Flood will swallow all you left behind. Won't be back to start all over. What I felt before is gone. Mary, get the baby, rivers rising. Muddy waters taking back our home. The road is gone, there's just one way to leave here. Turn my back on what I've left below. Shifting lands and broken farms around me. Muddy waters changing all I know. Hard to say just what I'm losing. Never felt so all alone. Retake the baby, rivers rising. Muddy waters taking back my home. Say muddy waters taking back my home.
That was a good song.
Yeah, I heard it covered by a fellow named Chris Eldridge, and his dad was in the Seldom scene, and that's why I tracked down that. And the fellow wrote it about Hurricane Agnes.
Okay.
30-some years ago, I forget the exact dates, longer than that. I think it was in the 70s. And it perfectly describes what we were going through. You know, the water coming up and everything's gone and can't get out of here. And thankfully, in my particular happenstance, we were fine. Our side of the mountain was we had a couple trees down, power went out for a while, but we were okay. Other side of the mountains is a completely different story, you know, and that's quite the tragedy that's still being felt today.
It is.
Still going through the effects. You know, we just driving around, you just still see great big piles of stuff and rock. And
they're still in the process of rebuilding the Creeper Trail, and
Yes.
which is almost totally destroyed.
Yeah, when they opened that 58 back up to, you know, through there, we drove up that way. We were headed up into Virginia, and just wanted to see. And there's a couple of those overpasses, those trestles that went over the creek there, and they have to be 20 feet above the creek.
Mm-hmm.
They got all wood and junk and crap stuck up in them. You know, 20 feet above normal water level. It's and one or two of them were washed away, and the great big steel beams are just folded up like pretzels. Ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine, you know, having a hurricane in the mountains, you know.
Yeah. You don't think about it.
You don't think about it.
But you know, 30 inches of rain in a day will do that.
It will.
And around here, there's nowhere for the water to go but downhill. And if you're at the bottom of the hill, it's trouble.
It is trouble. Yeah.
We got time for one or two?
We've got 5 minutes left.
We'll do one.
And I want to thank our listeners for tuning in today. And thank you again, Chuck, for coming in today.
It's been fun.
It's been real fun.
It's been a good time.
It's been great.
I've seen the bright lights of Memphis, Commodore Hotel, and underneath the street light, Miss Southern Belle. She took me to the river, now she cast her spell, and underneath the moonlight, sang a song so well. If you be my Dixie chicken, be your Tennessee lamb, we went away. Guess that guitar player sure could play. She always handy with a song. I always like to sing along. Then one night in Liberia, Commodore Hotel, chance to meet a bartender, said he knew well. And as he handed me a drink, he began to hum a song. And all the boys there at the bar began to sing along. If you be my Dixie chicken, be your Tennessee lamb, we can walk together down in Dixieland, down in Dixieland. Whoa, whoa. One more. All right, you got it. Well, see, that was my big closer, though. So we're going to end on another sad song, just because I like sad songs, and I got sad songs in my back pocket.
Well, I like sad songs too.
Okay, good.
Good.
Time in bars that I have spent, I know just where the money went, and now I'm left to die here on my own. Sit and watched you walk away. I never tried to make you stay. I just watch and wonder where it all went wrong. Now I got a story for my friends. I got a story for my kin. I got a story about the one that got away. Stay up nights all alone and wait for you to come back home. No more wishful thinking, only memories. Lately, every now and then you run right through my mind again. Just remind me of everything we could have been. I got a story for my friends. I got a story for my kin. I got a story about the one that got away. Never meant to cause you any sorrow. Never meant to cause you any pain.
You are listening to the voice of Southwest Virginia, WEHC 90.7 Emory, and also heard on WISE FM Wise.